Okay, this is part 2 of the Longrifle build, and what I've decided to do was I'm going to start with the butt cap, or the butt plate. And this is the butt plate that came with the rifle. You could see that they've cut it out already, but it's it's really rough. It's not fully inletted. I've got some guidelines here that's been marked of where the butt cap is going to go, and you could see here that there's a lot of openings and gaps in the back here of the butt cap as well. So there's a bit of woodwork that needs to be done to get this thing to fit right. There's a lot of gaps you can see clear through the other side of this little gap right here. And the cap itself is a little bit longer than the stock is, so there's going to be some metal work here that we'll have to do too. I have I might put a toe plate on here, a bottom metal plate on here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not. I'll probably make up my mind by the time I finish inletting this butt cap, but when I do, I'll videotape myself inletting that. There's no inlet for it, so it needs to be fit in there. I drew this line here going across because I might have to cut some of the stock away, because as I inlet this this butt plate, the back of it here, it's going to scoot a little bit closer and closer to the stock. And obviously it won't be able to scoot closer if the stock is in the way. So I might have to cut some of this out so I can push this thing further forward and get it inletted correctly. Alright, so that's the first job that we're going to be doing for this, and I'll turn the video on when I get it smoothed down and close to done. So I got the back pretty much flattened out, got rid of all those little bumps and grooves and stuff, and put the butt plate back on. And you can still see that there's quite a bit of openings in between the stock and the butt plate. So what we have to do now is round off this edge so that it will allow the butt cap to fit a little bit better on the edge there. Right now you can see this little point here is impeding the butt plate from sitting completely flush on the back of the stock. So we're going to work on this edge here. What I've done, I've put some inletting black, that stuff right there, all over the back of this butt plate. And what you do, you put it onto the stock here. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand. And press it up to where it needs to be. And remove it, and then it'll transfer the black onto the stock. And theoretically, all of the areas that have black on it are the areas, or the wood that needs to be removed, or those are the high spots. And then eventually you'll get it all those spots removed to where you'll have a continuous black line, which will indicate pretty much that the butt plate is flush up with the back of the stock. Okay. I also ended up, if you recall, I drew a line here and I moved removed wood from the back of the stock to allow the butt plate to scoot up a little bit closer once I get the back end of this worked down. So I'm just going to work this for a while, and we'll turn the video on when I get close to done, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so we're back, and what I've done is I went ahead and finished up the inletting for this butt plate here, and you could see, as I had suggested earlier, that sooner or later you're going to get a black ring around the end of the buttstock that'll let you know that you are flush, that the butt cap here fits flush on the stock, and it fits pretty good. I can't really tell because there's so much black on here, but I'm going to clean it up and see for sure. But you can see here that that there's a black ring around there. So at least for now, this butt cap is inletted, or at least fully inletted at this point. I'm going to drill some holes in here and mount it to the stock, and I'm going to work the wood down here to the butt cap so we can get a little bit better look or idea of what the finished dimensions are. Then I'm going to grind off these lugs here. Anyway, so that's it for part 2 of this Longrifle status update. I'm not going to say it's a build along because I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm not here to teach anybody how to do it. So you'll just get a status of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Anyway, Caster Bowcraft, thanks for watching.